Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Hope you're doing well. My name is Todd. This is Lan and Xiao Xingchen. A car, a torch, a death. I think that's the name of the song. I have no idea. This is from the show The Untamed. This video was requested by a ToddReacts.com member. You too can join today. Link down below, description will get you there. Throw a like on the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that notification bell. That way you know when videos post immediately. You come check it out. And let's go.
The air begins to feel a little thin as I start the car, and then I begin to add the miles piled up behind me. I barely feel a smile.
It's like that Arthur meme where he clenches his fist.
And I begin to envy the headlights driving south. I want to crack the door so I can just fall out. But then I remember when you packed my car. You reached in the back and buckled up your heart for me to drive away with. I began to understand why God died. The demon sat there waiting on her porch. It was a little dark, so we held a makeshift torch. And when my car was
Oh yeah, it's right, the eyes. I was like, wait, what's happening? Oh, the eyes.
he crept in her room and stayed there for the night. And then I saw him, torch in hand. He laid it out what he had planned. And then I said, I'll take the grave.
That was awesome.
She'll take my bones. The breath I saw was not
You know what's funny? This is probably the first time I've seen any sort of combat in one of these, and it is awesome. Little touch of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
I began to
Oh man.
understand why God died. The air begins to feel a little thin
Oof.
as we're waiting for the morning to begin. But for now, you told me to walk away with. I began to understand why God died.
Oh, he's got a sword too. Oh, dang. That was a bit more heartbreaking than I thought it was going to be. Link down below in the description for the original video. Go throw it some love. Apparently that song is by 21 Pilots. I've never heard it before. Honestly, it kind of reminded me a little bit of like Front Porch Step or one of those pop punk bands. Like I said, I hadn't seen a lot of the combat in any of these videos very often, so it's quite nice to see it. It's got a little bit of that, you know, we're on ropes and we're flying around and stuff, but it adds something to it. It adds like a mystique, almost like it's a play rather than, you know, like standard sword combat, which you'd expect. Gives it a bit of power to it. And what I thought would be pretty interesting is getting other people's opinions on this. Song Xiao, I think that's the abbreviation for it, will forever make me cry. I just got caught up with the manhwa yesterday and literally had tears streaming down my face. I've now had my heart broken 3 times over that whole plot of reading it in the novel, The Untamed, and now the manhwa. This person thinks they should have their own BL novel, but the story about XXC and SL from the novel made me cry. It's so tragic. Also, when XXC gouges out his eyes to give them to SL, it parallels when we learn that WWX, the shorthands are hilarious, sacrificed his golden core for Zhang Cheng later. I love all the repetition and the same themes and relationships in MXTX's works. I read somewhere that XXC and SL were characters that MXTX developed for a different project when she was in junior high. I think that makes sense given that they have such a standalone arc in MDZS. Here's a post. Why did Xiao Xingchen give his eyes to Songwan? Update. I read the wiki on Xiao and my slow brain finally figured out that the reason WWX found Songlong in the whatever mountains, I'm not even going to attempt it, in the first place was because Xiao took him there to give him his eyes. Somebody else already said the blindness was permanent. Xiao Xingchen already took Songlong to his Shizun and had her perform the transplant. He leaves Songlong after that and wanders for a little while. We aren't sure how long. In the novel, Songlong never meets JYL. He and Xiao never meet WWX while they're still alive. If you're asking about Xiao's motivations, he blamed himself for Xu Yang's attacking the temple, killing everyone and blinding Songlong. I can't remember if he says it in the drama or not, but in the novel, Xu Yang originally wanted to find the mountain and kill all of XXC's marital siblings. He attacked because he couldn't find the mountain. Oh, God. He attacked... Oh, come on now. Songlong in his grief also blames XXC in the immediate aftermath, so XXC blames himself as well. He gives Songlong his eyes, not just so that Songlong can see, but to punish himself. If Songlong is blind, then XXC feels like he no longer deserves his own eyes. That is really powerful stuff. Oh my gosh. It's not really hard to put together why this content is so popular. Not only just because it's a BL for BL fans, but the fact that the stories are just huge. They're huge. They're big. They're bold. They're bold stories. You know, giving your eyes to punish yourself to somebody else, and also carrying someone's spirit or whatever aura with you to put them back together. I mean, this is interesting stuff. It's bold. It's content, honestly, I don't think exists outside of it. I mean, I know anime is kind of like its own thing and whatnot, but you don't catch any big stories like this usually in mainstream content, movies, TV shows. They're never this in-depth. They're never this wild, I guess is a word, I'll say. They're never this interesting. It's mostly just rehash stories of, you know, tilted lovers and the loser getting the girl, or the geeky girl getting the popular guy, or somebody getting redemption for something, you know. Family gets murdered, guy goes on a rampage like Punisher. It is very interesting. You don't see this kind of stuff outside of this. In the Untamed, Wei Wuxian and others found him after the surgery. He told that XXC took him to the mountains, I guess, or the temple. I can't remember which one it is. And in the novel, Xiao Xingchen only appears 1 year after Wei Wuxian's death, so they didn't meet with WWX and others at all. It's not surprising there's a little difference between the book and the show. I mean, that happens all the time with every piece of content, really. I know Peter Jackson, when he was doing Lord of the Rings, really wanted to get as close to the source material as he could. But even then, you're relegated to a certain amount of time. Like, you can't have a 20-hour movie. You have a bunch of littler movies that could equate to that, but it would take so long to tell every single page of a movie that it would not interest anyone. So writers take liberties, they change things. What I really don't personally like, I mean, you might like it, that's fine, but what I personally do not like is when they take a good work, and then put their own spin on it just to put their own spin on it. That really annoys me. I would rather get the story as it was told, not word for word, not scene for scene, but overall exactly how it is in the book. That would be great. Whether that makes it a little boring, whether that makes it a little long, whether that makes it whatever, as long as it has the same feeling as you get ending reading the book as you do ending watching the content or consuming the content, listening to it, whatever. That is honestly what I like the most, is when I know I'm getting a similar, you're not getting the same experience, but you're getting a similar experience watching whatever content it is than you get reading the book. Get it? They're two different mediums, but you should take as much care and precaution as you can, especially when you're dealing with a great piece of work. I finally read down to the bottom one, and it's making me laugh. I'm cackling at all these attempts to find a heterosexual explanation for what happened between these two. He did it because they're in love. That got me. That got me. That's funny. Let me know your thoughts on Xiao and Song down below in the comments. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was a very good song, too, by the way. I've never heard it before. It sounded very much like pop punk, which I used to listen to a lot. Still kind of do, honestly. And yeah, it's amazing. 21 Pilots did a lot of different sounding music. Like, that doesn't sound like a lot of the stuff that became like popular mainstream hits. TomReacts.com winter collection's available right now. This is the sweatshirt. There's a beanie, heavyweight hoodie, long sleeve tee, sweatpants, denim jacket, and more in a variety of colors to fit your style. While you're there, pick up a membership, join the Now public Discord, and also check out these full-length episode reactions available right now. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.